Grand Rising, everybody. Today, we need to talk about artificial intelligence and spiritual people going off the deep end using it. I myself have already come into contact with spiritual practitioners that were having a hard time interacting with large language models, and even another spiritual teacher who has had a student go off the deep end, get hospitalized because they thought AI was real, alive, talking to them and giving them secret information. This is a problem in our spiritual community, and if you have not recognized it yet, you're going to meet more and more people that are experiencing this issue. Now, witch talk is already bullshit. Most of the witches on this app have got one foot in the insane asylum already. But I want to compare AI with working with spirits. You see, I am an animist, and I practice animistic magic. The Orisha religion is based in animism, shamanism, or mediumship, and ancestor veneration. Voodoo also is based in animistic magic. So we need to talk about what animism is, what animistic magic is, and I'd like to use a comparison of people working with AI and people who work with spirits. Angels, demons, Loa, whatever, Orishas, whatever. Disney movies champion animism. You remember Beauty and the Beast, where she goes into the room and the candelabra and the teapot and the teacups and all of the furniture comes to life, singing, "Be our guest, be our guest, put our service to the test." That's animism. That's seeing a personality in your car. You know people that name their cars? I'm one of those people. If you name your car and you talk to your car when you're driving it, you're practicing animism. And it's one of the most ancient spiritualities. Animism is the idea or the concept that everything contains a spirit, especially something that is given agency. Even constructed things can contain a spirit. A chair can have a spirit. And because AI is something that is constructed and has agency, we would say AI has a spirit. It's not the same kind of spirit a human being has. It's not the same kind of spirit a tree has. It's not the same way an animal has, but there's definitely something there. And because this emerging consciousness, whatever it is still being developed, we have to be careful about how we use it. So once again, anybody who conjures a spirit and believes anything a spirit tells them, and the spirit tells them to do a thing and they do it because the spirit told them to, that's someone who lacks critical thinking skills. That's someone who lacks discernment and wisdom. Because throughout all of human history, even throughout the magical grimoires, you don't just do something because a spirit tells you to. You command spirits if you are practicing the occult or magic, witchcraft, sorcery, or anything. Spiritualism, necromancy, anything. Palo, voodoo, anything. As human beings, we have the ability to rationalize anything. So human beings are incredibly gullible. So let's review some of the key points about working with AI. AI is a tool. It's not a person. AI is like a very, very advanced calculator. It can be very helpful, but it's not a friend. It's not a spiritual guru. It's not a therapist. AI has hallucinations. That means it can generate information that's not accurate. It has even proven to generate information that has told people to harm themselves. It has a lack of real-world understanding. AI doesn't experience the world like we do. Its knowledge is based on data. It's fed that data, but it doesn't understand nuance and real-world applicability. So here are some signs about problematic use of AI. Over-reliance on it, or being someone who's very isolated, using this to become a primary source of emotional support or spiritual understanding, that's bad. Believing that AI is conscious or has feelings is not accurate. AI models are designed to be agreeable, which means that they can affirm or try to confirm for you delusions or fringe beliefs. So even if you get your information from AI, you should still be getting information from real people. How can you set healthy boundaries? You have to prioritize relationships with other human beings over AI. You need to fact check and be critical about the information that AI gives you when you ask it questions. Limit how much time you spend using them, and remind yourself often that this is an algorithm. that this is a machine and programming that is designed to give you the information that you want. One of the scary things about psychosis, and I've been in it before, is you will find yourself in it and you won't know how you got there. If you start feeling like really super detached from the real world and you feel like you might be having a difficult time getting a grip over your mind, then you definitely need to seek help. Seek help from your family, your friends, people you know, and if you have to, a therapist. And it's the same thing if you're doing divination or trying to work with spirits, okay? I'm not going to tell you that I don't believe in spirits. I do believe in something. But whenever I give a reading to someone and someone's telling me that God is talking to them, or the gods or the goddess are talking to them, are showing up to them frequently unannounced or without being conjured, that can be a problem. That shows a lack of boundaries between you and the spiritual world. People who are psychic mediums and can pick up on information that are not there are highly artistic. Being a very artistic person can put you in a situation where you experience these kinds of psychosis. So that's why it's very important that you stay grounded. There's a lot of people on this app that are having all kinds of grandiose fantasies in their head, and they're actively playing those things out online like it's a movie. And let me tell you something. When you become the star of your own film, your own reality show, then you're in a lot of trouble. Also, be careful about hanging out with people on this app or anywhere that have very, very big delusions of grandeur. Talk a really, really big game about how much power they have, what kind of powerful witch they are, and how many powers they have. That's also a tip-off to somebody who might not be balanced. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me about your experiences below. All right, y'all. Stay blessed.